Hi there, I'm Stella. I used to be just your average teenage girl, until one fateful summer vacation when I woke up with scales and fins instead of legs. You heard that, right? I turned into a mermaid. How did this happen, you ask? Well, buckle up, because it all started with a tiny little bite at the beach. So, are you guys ready for an amazing beach day? I asked my friends Ellie and Mia as we unloaded our beach gear from the car. Ellie laughed. Ready as I'll ever be to get a tan. We were excited. This was our first beach vacation after the long winter, and we couldn't wait to feel the sun on our skin and the sand between our toes. Little did I know, it was going to be a vacation I would never forget. After a day of sunbathing and building sandcastles, we decided to go for a swim. The cool water was a welcome respite from the hot sun. As we splashed around, I saw a peculiar-looking fish dart towards me. Before I could move away, I felt a sharp pain shoot up from my ankle. Ouch! I cried, clutching my leg. Stella, what happened? Mia swam over to me, concern etched on her face. I just got bitten by a fish, I exclaimed, pointing to the quickly disappearing fish in the murky water. Maybe we should take you to a doctor. But stubborn as I am, I refused. It's just a small bite, Ellie. I'll be fine by tomorrow. The next morning, I awoke to a strange sensation. I tried to get out of bed, but I fell to the floor. Looking down in shock, I saw that my legs were now covered in shimmering scales, ending in a large, powerful tail. I'm a mermaid, I gasped. I screamed, sending Ellie and Mia rushing into the room. Their eyes widened at the sight of me. Stella, Ellie cried. What happened? I don't know, I stammered. I woke up like this. I knew we should have taken you to the doctor, Mia said, pacing around the room. This must be because of that bite. We spent the rest of the day trying to figure out what to do. I can't live like this, I finally said, tears welling in my eyes. We'll figure this out, Stella, Ellie said, grabbing my hand, her voice firm. Mia nodded, her eyes filled with determination. We're in this together. We decided to return to where I was bitten. Ellie and Mia wrapped me in a beach towel and carried me back to the water. Despite the oddity of the situation, they were careful to keep my new form hidden from curious eyes. As they eased me into the cool waves, I felt an instant sense of relief. My tail, shimmering and strong, seemed to instinctively know what to do. As it propelled me through the water, I marveled at how natural it felt. I was navigating the ocean's vast expanse with a grace I'd never known. The sea was no longer intimidating, but welcoming, like it was embracing a part of me I didn't know existed. The sensation was indescribable. The feeling of the cool water rushing past my scales, the way the underwater world seemed to open up before me, the incredible sense of belonging I felt. I was a creature of the sea, as much a part of it as the fish and the coral. Mia and Ellie followed in a rented boat, their expressions filled with awe and worry as I led them to the spot where I'd been bitten. We didn't know what we were looking for, but this was my world now, and it was time to start exploring. Suddenly, I spotted something unusual, a beautiful iridescent shell nestled between some rocks. As I touched it, it opened up, revealing an ancient-looking scroll. I grabbed it and swam back to the surface. Ellie unrolled the scroll carefully. It was written in a language none of us recognized, but in the middle of the text was a drawing. A mermaid just like me. Beside it was a fish with the same distinct marking as the one that bit me. We need to find someone who can translate this, Mia declared. Long story short, we ended up at a marine biologist named Dr. Harper's house. She was known for her eccentricity and her deep knowledge of marine life. She was our last hope. Dr. Harper studied the scroll, her eyes widening. This is incredible. This is the language of the ancient sea people. They were believed to have a deep connection with marine life. That fish that bit you, she continued, it's a very rare species. According to this scroll, its bite can turn a human into a mermaid, but it's reversible. Reversible? I echoed, hope surging within me. Yes, but it works in a strange way, Dr. Harper said. The scroll says you need to be bitten by the same fish again. Weird as it was, I had no other option but to trust the ancient sea people's wisdom. After all, I was a living proof of their magic. We thanked Dr. Harper and raced back to the beach. I dived into the water, this time searching for the little fish. Hours seemed to pass. But just as the sun began to set, I saw it. The same fish, its distinct marking glinting under the water. With a deep breath, I let it bite me again. A wave of dizziness washed over me, and then everything went black. When I woke up, I was back on the beach, Mia and Ellie huddled over me. I looked down, expecting to see my tail, but instead I saw my own 2 legs. "You're back, Stella," Ellie cried. That night, as I lay in bed, I couldn't help but think about my brief time as a mermaid. It was terrifying, yes, but it was also magical, an experience I'd never forget. But as I looked down at my legs, I couldn't help but feel grateful. I was me again. I was Stella, the girl who loved the beach, not the girl who turned into a mermaid. But I also knew that this experience had changed me. It made me realize that our world is full of mysteries and magic, and sometimes you just have to dive in to find them. That's it. That was my story. Thanks for watching, and please subscribe to not miss the next one. See you soon.